Honesty. It's a simple word, yet it holds immense power. It's about being truthful and genuine in our words and actions. Honesty is the foundation of trust, the cornerstone of strong relationships, and the compass guiding us toward a more fulfilling life. Honesty means showing up authentically. We are real, flaws and all. It means speaking our truth with kindness and courage. It also means doing what we believe is right, even when it's hard. Honesty is more than just telling the truth. It's about living the truth. We've all felt the sting of dishonesty. We know the pain of broken promises and hidden truths. Dishonesty creates distance and mistrust. It erodes the foundation of our relationships and our own well-being. Honesty, on the other hand, is a beacon of hope. It illuminates the path to genuine connection. When we choose honesty, we choose courage over comfort. We choose to show up authentically, even when it's uncomfortable. This is where true connection is born.
I'll never forget the time I chose to tell the truth, even though it was terrifying. I was working on a project and I made a mistake, a big one. My instinct was to hide it, to pretend it never happened. But deep down, I knew that wasn't right. The fear was real. I was afraid of the consequences of disappointing people. But the thought of living with a lie felt worse. So I gathered my courage and confessed. It was one of the hardest things I've ever done. To my surprise, the reaction wasn't what I expected. Yes, there were consequences. I had to work hard to fix my mistake, but there was also understanding and respect. By choosing honesty, I earned trust. More importantly, I learned a valuable lesson about myself. I learned that I was stronger than I thought. This experience taught me that honesty comes at a price. Sometimes it means facing difficult conversations. Sometimes it means admitting we were wrong. But the rewards far outweigh the risks. Honesty fosters trust, builds resilience, and ultimately leads to greater peace of mind.
Think about the people you trust most in your life. What qualities do they embody? Chances are honesty is at the top of the list. Trust is the bedrock of any meaningful relationship, whether it's with a partner, a friend, a family member, or a colleague. Honesty is the language of trust. When we're honest with each other, we create a safe space for vulnerability and connection. We show that we value the relationship more than our egos. We demonstrate that we're willing to be seen for who we truly are. In the workplace, honesty is essential for building a culture of integrity and accountability. When leaders are open and transparent, they create an environment where employees feel safe to speak up and share their ideas. This leads to better communication, increased collaboration, and ultimately greater success. Honesty isn't just about grand gestures, it's about the small, everyday choices we make. It's about being upfront with our colleagues, even when it's uncomfortable. It's about giving credit where credit is due. It's about holding ourselves accountable for our actions. Honesty without compassion can be brutal. We've all encountered people who seem to prioritize brutal honesty over kindness. Their words, while technically truthful, can leave us feeling hurt and diminished. True honesty requires empathy. It means considering the impact of our words and actions on others. It means delivering difficult truths with grace and understanding. It's about finding a balance between being truthful and being kind. Remember, our intention matters. Are we speaking up to inflict pain or to offer genuine feedback? Are we motivated by ego or a desire to help? When we approach honesty from a place of compassion, our words are more likely to be heard and received. Sometimes the most honest thing we can do is listen, to truly hear someone else's perspective, even when it's different from our own, to offer support without judgment, to create a space where they feel safe enough to be vulnerable. Section 5. The ripple effect. Honesty versus deception. Imagine a still pond. Now, picture a small pebble being tossed into the water. The impact creates ripples that spread outward, affecting the entire surface. Honesty and dishonesty work in much the same way. A single act of dishonesty, no matter how small, can have far-reaching consequences. It can create a climate of mistrust and suspicion. It can damage relationships and erode our own sense of integrity. Conversely, honesty has a ripple effect as well. When we choose honesty, we not only impact ourselves and those immediately around us, but we also contribute to a more truthful and transparent world. We inspire others to do the same. Think about the times you've witnessed acts of honesty, big or small. Perhaps it was a stranger returning a lost wallet, or a friend admitting they were wrong. These acts, however seemingly insignificant, can have a profound impact. They remind us that honesty is still possible, that integrity still matters. Section 6. The inward gaze, honesty with ourselves. Perhaps the most challenging form of honesty is honesty with ourselves. It's easy to point out the flaws in others, but it takes courage to turn the mirror inward and confront our own shortcomings. Self-honesty requires us to be vulnerable, to acknowledge our fears, our insecurities, and our mistakes. It means letting go of the need to be perfect and embracing our imperfections. This process can be uncomfortable, even painful at times, but it's also incredibly liberating. When we're honest with ourselves about who we are, we can begin to accept ourselves fully. We can let go of the need to pretend and embrace the freedom of authenticity. Self-honesty is an ongoing journey. It's not a destination we arrive at. It's about cultivating a willingness to look within, to examine our thoughts, beliefs, and actions with curiosity and compassion. Section 7. The quiet power of living truthfully. Honesty isn't always loud or dramatic. It doesn't always make headlines or win awards. More often than not, it shows up in the quiet, everyday moments of our lives. It's in the way we treat the barista at our local coffee shop. It's in the way we handle a disagreement with a loved one. It's in the way we show up for ourselves, even when we'd rather hide. Living truthfully is a radical act in a world that often rewards pretense and superficiality. It's a commitment to showing up authentically, even when it's uncomfortable. It's a choice to live in alignment with our values, even when it's difficult. The power of honesty lies in its simplicity. It's not about grand gestures or elaborate pronouncements. It's about the small, consistent choices we make each day. It's about being true to ourselves and to others, even when no one is watching. Honesty is a practice, not a perfection. We will stumble, we will make mistakes, but each time we choose honesty, we strengthen our integrity muscle. We become braver, more resilient, and more connected to ourselves and the world around us. Now, I invite you to reflect on your own life. When have you experienced the power of honesty? When has choosing truth, even when it was hard, made a difference in your life or the lives of others? Share your stories, big or small, and let's inspire each other to live more truthfully.